Allez le bleu.
Allez les bleus.
Allez le bleu.
Ah, ça me fait plaisir ça.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay. That's all I know. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
I know that you are like the busiest man right now. Where have you been in the last few days?
Yesterday I was in Sicily. The day before I was in what was that? Serbia. And
Right.
the day before I was in Ibiza. I'm going to Stade de France right after this for 3 hours and finish the last rehearsal, and hopefully everything is going to be fine.
Is this the biggest day for you though, doing this kind of performance at a time where it's massive for France as well?
Well,
The finals of the Euros.
You know that for the opening ceremony, the day before, I did a concert under the Eiffel Tower. And I have to say, this was like one of the highlights of my life.
Sure.
Because me being from Paris, the Eiffel Tower probably is the most famous monument in the world. It was really, really such a symbol after everything that happened in Paris. It was really incredible. And at that time, of course, I was dreaming of it, but I didn't know France was going to be in the final.
It's crazy.
So for me today, to be in Stade de France in Paris with the French team playing, it's wow. I'm so excited.
It's similar to us. For us, being in Paris at a time where France are in the final is amazing enough, just for me as a football fan and as Scott, who loves a party.
Just the atmosphere, like the whole city
Yes,
is just
yes.
such a good vibe.
In '98, when France won the World Cup, it was probably the most happy, beautiful year I've ever seen in my country.
Here's a question, David. Would you be prepared to travel economy class for the rest of your life on trains and planes if I could guarantee to you that France will win tonight?
That's a big sacrifice because
I know. Think about it.
I gotta tell you, the problem we're not so much to be economy or business. The problem is
No, it's not business, it's economy, Dave.
No. I'm saying economy instead of business. But the problem is, when I don't fly intercontinental, then I travel like a normal. But if I'm inside America or inside Europe, I use a jet, so that allows me to go to the studio during the day.
Yeah.
So if I would not do this, I could not produce anymore. That's a very big sacrifice.
Yeah.
Right.
But
So I wouldn't, stop being able to make music just because.
but you can make music on your laptop on the plane. It'd just be a bit more squished.
Yeah. It's true. I do that too.
Well, but that's a problem. So, France win, but then there's no more David Guetta.
But you don't want to let down your country.
It's true. That's
a real problem, isn't it?
That's a difficult question.
Is the real issue that you'd be, because you're a very recognisable person, right?
There would be that.
But then you could wear a disguise.
I don't know why. If I pick up my hair, no one recognizes me.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I pick my hair up like this, and I do like a man
look
bun.
like you, yeah.
And it's just so funny. Like one day I was walking the Champs-Élysées, and I was with a friend of mine, and from America, and the guy said, "But I thought you were famous in France. No one knows you here." It was just so funny.
But is that just because you had no security and?
That also, because I never walk with security. I never do the whole entourage thing. And I think the more normal you act, the better the life is.
Okay.
Can you text the players? Do you know the players?
Well, I know a lot of players, and sometimes we did text.
Like when Giroud in the last game, it was a little bit slow at one
funny?
point. Did you text him at
what-
halftime?
you know
Hurry
what-
up!
You know what Griezmann texted? It was so funny when I was doing the Eiffel Tower.
He texts you?
He tweeted
Griezmann.
me.
Yeah.
He tweeted
I'm
me
aware of
like,
him.
"Can you stop with this noise? We're trying to sleep."
That's so good.
That's so cool.
That would be my dream. That you could text the players.
But imagine. So we did the rehearsal, and the guy said, "David, I'm sorry, but right before coming in, you have to stay in the corridor with all the players. I'm sorry, but we don't have another place. Is that okay for you?" I'm like, let me think. Yeah, so I'm really excited.
So it's fair to say you're a massive football fan, so having the players' numbers still feels cool to you, even though you know loads of famous people.
To be honest, I was not such an expert of football, and I've learned with time a little more. But before knowing anything about football, I knew a lot of football players. Especially because in June, you know, they have the break and they all come to Ibiza. Sometimes it was really embarrassing because I would before, a few years ago, I would not know some of like the biggest players in the world.
Who?
And they would tell me like, this person is, I'm like, who? You know? And,
I'd be the same.
and okay, now it's a completely different situation.
Yeah.
And also, when I was in Vegas, I don't know if you heard the story, but Paris Saint-Germain, they came for a celebration to Vegas. It was really nice. Then we all had a little after party in the massive room that they had at the hotel.
Wow.
And it was really cool to know all of them. It was the first time I met Zlatan at that time.
We are providing alternative commentary for the BBC tonight for the match, for the final.
Massive deal for us.
It's big.
This is my life peaking. This
Yeah.
is the best thing I will ever do. I'm certain of it.
Wow.
So it's like you can get the main commentary on the BBC One, but then you press a red button and you get us two. And we're super nervous because it's quite an honour. Yeah, do you still get nervous at big events like this?
Of course.
I mean,
Tonight I'm going to be super nervous.
Will you?
Yeah, of course.
But you do
Since
so-
yesterday.
You do so many gigs.
Yeah, but that's, you know, I think you're nervous when you do things that you're not used to do. Because when you're used to do something, and yes, I do many gigs, so of course, maybe if I play Ibiza, I'm not nervous because I've done it hundreds of times. But anytime I do, like when I did the Eiffel Tower show, I was shaking, literally shaking, because I don't know the type of people that are going to be there. It's not my regular clubbers crowd, you know, so every time I do something like this, it's challenging. Or like tonight, we're gonna do the opening ceremony, you know, I'm like, oh my God, like, it's so scary.
Right.
And there's only 300 million people watching the show.
I mean,
you
it's
know?
quite a big audience.
That's a big gig, isn't it? I mean, what advice would you, I mean, we're quite nervous. What advice would you give us to reduce the nerves? How do you reduce nerves on this?
Yours is like 300 million, ours is more like 30.
Well,
but-
you don't know. I mean, we don't know how big tonight is going to be.
Yeah, any advice?
Well,
30 million, we should point out, not 30 people.
That's what I was thinking.
Sounds rubbish.
well, I don't know. Everybody's different, you know.
What do you do? How do you prepare? Like, what do you do?
Okay, it's not very rock and roll, but I just like, you know, lay down in an empty room and I close my eyes for like 15 minutes before going on stage, and really to relax. And sometimes I get really bored doing this, which is actually amazing, because then when I get on stage, I'm super excited, you know, because I've been like wanting to be there, and that's how I do. But everybody's different. Some people they like going for dinner with friends and drinking, whatever. Like more, I'm doing more like it's almost meditation in a way.
Well, maybe we try that. I
Should
think
we have a lie down before?
we could do. I'll struggle though, because the problem is every time I've tried to go to sleep in Paris, all I have in my head is we're in this together. It's everywhere.
It's like pretty catchy, right?
It's become part. I found myself earlier on. We were getting a taxi, we were waiting for this taxi.
This is true.
And I'm there, just kind of, we're in this together.
It doesn't leave your head. What? How did? It must be a massive honour to be asked to do the official anthem. How did that actually come about? Who had a conversation with who?
With Michel Platini.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, of course. So so first
We called you.
Well, not at first. Not. It was the people from UEFA first that they called me. They proposed me to do that, and they said, "You want to come to Geneva to meet with Michel Platini and the whole UEFA team?" And for me, it was crazy because when I was a kid, I was watching Michel Platini playing football. You know.
Yeah.
So just to meet him, it was just incredible, and then I was like very, very honored, of course. And then I had a dream since 15 years of doing the concerts under the Eiffel Tower. And I was like, this is a good opportunity.
This could make that work.
Exactly, because of course, you know, this is very political. You have to know the people, the mayor, you know, and then I was like, if I do it, do you think you could organize for me to do a concert under the Eiffel Tower? I'm like, oh, no, yeah, don't worry about it.
Wow.
So these are the kind of trades you can make at your level.
I kind of took the opportunity, you know?
Every day's a hustle. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
I give you the anthem. You give me the Eiffel Tower. I love it. It must be great for you to be, because you're from Paris, right?
Yes.
So I
it's
mean, you're
my
kind
city.
of, you are basically the unofficial king of France.
Yes.
So it must be pretty.
I'm trying to avoid this because last time in La Bastille something happened.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's maybe a different title.
Okay, yeah, maybe not that.
That kind of idea though. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, is there a situation where in Paris or anywhere in France, like you don't have to pay for anything? Like they see you be in a taxi, they're like, "All right, David, that one's on me." Do you know what I mean? They like
Yeah,
or
it
go out for a
happens.
restaurant, they're like, "It's fine."
Sure, it happens.
Does
of
it?
course, yeah.
It's great being you, isn't it?
It's always nice when people are nice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So and I think I'm quite a nice person.
You
so,
are.
you know,
Yeah.
I'm always happy to meet new people, and yes, especially now that I don't live here anymore. It's really making me happy every time I come back. 'Cause it's funny, you know, when you live in a country, and there was a moment where I was getting really famous, and it was a little like stressful because it was really crazy in the street, and then
In Paris?
yeah, and then I have kids too, and it was starting to be crazy for them too. So I decided to move, and then I realized now how much I miss it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you know, it's like there's a moment you're like, oh, my country, we're like this, we're like that, you know, complaining,
Being grumpy.
French,
Bit
because,
right.
you know, being French.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you said that,
yeah.
not me.
And then by being away, I realize how much I love it and how beautiful the city is. It's
really is.
incredible, right?
It's incredible.
Like, especially now when it's
amazing.
like a beautiful weather like this,
Yeah.
it's really incredible.
How will you top this? So you know how you've got these trades going on with various members of UEFA and FIFA. What's like? Is this the pinnacle now? Is this the?
Yeah, this is really one of the highlights
The biggest thing.
of my life.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I don't know what else you can do after. I mean, is this like
It's
go to
really
space
high,
or
isn't it?
something?
Yeah.
It's
Really crazy.
first
Yeah.
gig on
DJ in
Jupiter.
space.
I don't know.
Well, yes, we actually discussed also. There was a moment.
Oh, you know everyone. Hello, is that space?
I just
I'd like to play a gig.
I got a phone call from yeah.
No, but for real, there was a moment because I was doing a few incredible shows. We did a few really special ones, and like at the Great Wall of China, I did Masada Desert in Israel, and then now there's the Eiffel Tower, and I spoke with the people from Virgin Galactic at some point, and we did speak about it,
Yeah.
doing a show in space.
Yeah. That's
And
just
that would be pretty cool.
it would be cool.
But then
This was a joke, but he's actually asked about it.
Your dreams are realities. It's mad. Yeah. Like you could literally just think of anything.
You know, eventually it will happen
yeah.
as well.
You've got a number
well,
to call.
I have this. I mean, it sounds a little like like an obvious, stupid, you know, the kind of the secret book in America. kind of.
yeah, right.
But I do believe in positive attraction, really.
Do you work in favours? So it's like a favour for someone, then you can call that back in, and that's how you do
Not
it.
really. Honestly, I do. I think if you're positive and
Yeah, I was
if
gonna
you
say.
do things, good things are coming.
Yeah.
Really, I
think if
really
you-
believe in
Yeah,
this.
and you're such a positive person. I think that's partly why
Yes.
it all happens.
And
to you.
I always visualize what I want to happen. And it happens. I act like if it's going to happen for sure. And it's happening.
You're the most inspiring person. I mean, that's what I discovered. I visualised that one day I would do the alternative commentary on the Red
know.
Button for the BBC.
I know.
Tonight,
And now
we're
look.
actually doing it.
Yeah, I know.
And then
Together.
what I need to do now?
Together.
Exactly. I need to broaden my dreams. What do we
It's a
do
peak.
next?
It's a
Where do
peak.
we go
I
from
don't
there?
know. Listen, David, thank you so much for spending
Thank
the
you.
time. I know
It's
you've got
cool.
such a busy day ahead.
All right,
Good
thank
luck.
you.
Thank you so much.
Good luck with tonight as well. I'm really looking forward to it.
Allez le bleu.
Allez les Bleus!
Allez, les Bleus.